Now at 10, Carthage residents learn more about American history through musical performances. Plus,
flooding issues. I'm Samantha Walker, and we'll have that story coming up.
And a new Missouri campaign aims to help feed students during the summer months.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
It was another day of severe weather for parts of the 4 states. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Anthony Saviello. We'll go straight to meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a first look at our weather.
We did have some storms moving in, but luckily, due to all those storms last night and into early this morning, the environment was overworked. We didn't see a severe threat for storms this afternoon, but right now out in Joplin, 62, starting to cool down. Pretty cloudy conditions. If we saw some rain showers, we still may see a few more this evening, but luckily the severe threats out of the way. It's had a lot of flooding also, especially in those northwestern counties. They got hit with a lot of rain showers yesterday and some tornadoes as well. We are still under a tornado watch in some of our southern counties, but like I said, that severe threat is east of Springfield now, so we're not going to expect any more severe weather in our area, but we do have a few more days this week of severe storms, so we'll have more details coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Wilson County is one of many areas to see damage following this past weekend's storms. KOAM Samantha Walker has more on how the community was impacted.
I was out on this side of it watching it, and turned around just ahead of it as it was coming, like I say, within about a half a mile of the community here.
Community members of Fredonia say they are grateful after tornadic activity narrowly missed the main part of town. But Wilson County still saw damage from the storms, including damaged roofs and torn up trees.
Rolled over an aluminum horse trailer, took a couple of grain bins, hit the house and tore part of the roof off the house and part of the barn wall out.
The Wilson County Emergency and Floodplain Manager says the area also needs to be aware of flooding concerns. He says area reservoirs are expected to be up 10 feet.
We've got floodwaters in the area. Roads are pretty rough. The gravel roads, they've been washed across. Some of them are pretty narrow. Notified by dispatch this morning that local railroad had notified them that their track had been washed out. I was just out there.
He says while the storms could have proved to be much worse for the area, it did showcase the need to have a safety plan.
When you think that a storm may be forming and stuff, be prepared to go somewhere so that if it does develop into a tornado that you're ready.
Reporting in Wilson County, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Wilson County officials say they believe water levels in the area to be receding, but urge the community to still be cautious. At least 3 people were killed, including an infant, after a tornado outbreak in Oklahoma last night. The National Weather Service reported that a number of large and extremely dangerous tornadoes hit the ground. 2 deaths occurred in Holdenville, the 3rd near Marietta in Interstate 35. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt issued an emergency disaster declaration. He will be touring storm damage in the Murray County town of Sulphur and Holdenville. Carthage Council of the Arts today hosted an American History Through Music event. The purpose of the event was to share and preserve the story of America through various performances. Today's event was created by singer and composer Cecilia Otto.
I want the community to come and enjoy the show for what it is, which it's American history through the art form of music. And I hope that takeaway, there's a few kids in there right now, and I hope that they walk away learning a little bit something about the roots and about where we came from as America and the cultures that shaped us to become what we are today.
The show was free and open to the public. Joplin residents today hit the pavement for a 5K to support scholarships for Missouri Southern students. The Run with the Pride 5K was created by Mercy Sports Care to honor Lori Flugg, a Mercy employee who passed away from cancer nearly 20 years ago. Now the event is organized by MSSU students majoring in sports and recreation management and exercise science, with proceeds benefiting sports medicine students.
It's a big deal for me because the students in the class have spent all semester working on it, and it's really cool to see it all come to fruition and be able to see all the hard work that they put in, and for the students to see that, hey, what we do for class assignments is actually done in the real world.
The theme for this year's event was Sport Jersey Run. The summer months can be a tough time for some families to keep their children fed while school is out, but a campaign is underway to help ease the burden in Southwest Missouri. Chris Bryant has more.
I mean, honestly, they would have to go hungry sometimes. I mean, whenever there's a gap in services.
Helping students and families in need.
Families that look forward to coming in on Thursdays. I have kids that come in and say, my food stamps aren't going to be open for another 2 days. We don't have anything to eat tonight.
That's why the food pantry at Reed Middle School and others in the Springfield School District are so important.
There's a gap in services, and we're there to fill in that gap.
Alicia Foster knows firsthand that the food gap can hit no matter when.
I'm able to call Angie and let her know, and normally it don't matter even what day it is. There's been times that it was not pantry day, and I don't have a vehicle. She comes and she brings me the food to me.
From protein to dairy products, the pantry at Reed is a much needed helping hand for the family with 7 school-age children in the house.
I love that we get those items because other food pantries, you get a whole bunch of canned goods. And that's all you get, really.
And gives families a peace of mind.
There's weeks or a couple days that I'd had to utilize it that I didn't know what I was going to do if I didn't have it.
Many times parents will go without to make sure their children are taken care of. But taking care of their children means
everything. Everything. Yeah, because if I can't make sure that my kids are okay, or if I don't have help to make sure that they're okay, then what is there?
In addition to Reed Middle School, Care to Learn provides items for food pantries to 11 other SBS schools. It also sponsors clothing banks at every school within Springfield Public Schools.
Proud of the school that their kids attend, the district that their kids attend, and that they are able to come in with a sense of not embarrassment and feel like part of a community. So.
When it comes to the summer months, the Ozarks Food Harvest Million Meals campaign in partnership with Arvest Bank is working to help those families in need. A single dollar donation can purchase $10 in groceries for families.
That's the really big problem is we hit those summer months and we have 1 in 7 kids in Southwest Missouri that are facing hunger right now. So all of a sudden they're looking at a gap of about 3 months that they're not knowing where their next meal is coming from. And so what we're trying to do as a community is piecemeal everything together to make sure these kids get fed, but it's an incredible challenge.
Coming up, how artificial intelligence was able to help a team of law enforcement solve a murder. Plus, the government creates an AI safety panel to help protect private information from the technology. Joplin authorities are blaming the rainy conditions for a semi-truck jackknifing onto the median of Highway 249. It happened just before 5 this morning, just north of I-44. Authorities say the semi was traveling south with a 13,000-pound load when it went onto the median. It didn't block traffic and no one was hurt. Missouri police are crediting an AI-equipped camera system to make an arrest in a deadly shooting case. Betsy Webster reports on how the system works.
When a city camera at Wilbur Young Park captured one of the shooting suspects hopping into a getaway car, it did not reveal a plate number, just a description. That's where the flock camera system comes in. You don't need a plate to search for hits on the camera.
We can also search by make, model, and other characteristics. If it has a roof rack, if it has bumper stickers, things like that. It uses AI technology to identify those characteristics of the vehicles.
Investigators input that with locations and times and get photos of every vehicle that matches. A human analyst then examines the photos for a more precise match that now does have a plate number. They can then put an alert on that vehicle to get a ping when it's spotted. That's what happened in this case. Court documents show a sergeant, quote, used the flock camera system to identify the sedan. 2 days later, another sergeant, quote, received a flock hit on the Chevy Cruze. The patrol sergeant then responded to the area to look for it nearby and took the driver into custody.
It's super helpful. We use it, constantly during our investigations.
For those who are leery about being watched, Blue Springs police made this clear.
It's an investigative tool only. This is not live monitoring. This isn't for Traffic citations or red light tickets, these capture snapshots that are stored for 30 days, and we have to have an investigative reason to search for a vehicle.
The U.S. government is taking another step to try to mitigate the potential dangers of artificial intelligence. The Department of Homeland Security announced Friday the establishment of an AI safety panel. The Artificial Intelligence Safety and Security Board includes 22 members. According to the DHS, the collection of experts will make recommendations on how to protect the country's critical services from AI-based attacks. A little later, protests continue on college campuses over the war in Gaza. We'll have details.
And we've got a few more days of storms heading into this week. We'll have more details right after the break. Well, this weekend has been very chaotic. We've seen a lot of lines of storms moving through the area, dropping a couple of tornadoes. But luckily, the severe threat is east of Springfield now. Still some rainy conditions. You can take a look out at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Luckily, severe threats out of the way until Tuesday. So we have a few more storms coming in Tuesday night. But let's take a look at what we've seen so far. Quite a lot of storm reports, and we also have a lot of warnings in the area as well. This bright green is a flood warning, and we'll take a look at the rain accumulation. They got so much rain over the last 48 hours, so I'm not surprised. They're under a flood warning until Monday morning, and even some areas until Wednesday morning. I know Fort Scott had a lot of road closures as well. Not to mention we had a couple tornadoes come touch down in our area. Just in Delaware County, there was only one brief touchdown of a tornado, but over in our western counties, Elk County, Wilson County, they had a couple of tornadoes drop down, one near Fredonia, one near Independence, and also out in Elk County as well. Now we are still under a tornado watch, and that's until 11 p.m. tonight, but that severe threat has pushed east of us. And not to mention, Oklahoma got a ton of tornadoes as well, and this line specifically had quite a few of large and dangerous confirmed tornadoes. So this is the accumulation of the rain we've gotten in the last 48 hours. All the pink, blue, purple, about 7 to 9 inches of rain. And this gray and white area near Fort Scott, Nevada, that is 12 to 15 inches of rain. So quite a lot, as you can tell, especially out in Fort Scott. They've got a lot of road closures. Luckily, most of the rain has pushed off east. We have a few more showers still sticking around closer to midnight, but as you can see, that line at the very front of the storm, that's where that severe threat was. You can see there's a tornado south of Branson. But other than that, we're clear for the next couple of days. We've got sunny skies tomorrow, some clouds here and there, but temperatures getting up to nearly 70 by noon. And taking a look at the future track, we've got few more rounds of rain later on this week. This is Tuesday, 6 p.m. We've got a line of storms starting to push in, and then it holds off until Wednesday. So then that line pushes back, joins a low pressure system up in the north, and then it'll start to move in Wednesday night. We'll see another line start to form south of Wichita going down to Texas, and you can see it's a pretty strong line of storms moving through. That'll be Thursday, so we'll see those severe threat more for Thursday, but we do still have evening rain chances Tuesday, Wednesday, thunderstorms, Thursday, and some morning showers still sticking around Friday morning. Now temperatures, other than rain, temperatures looking good. Mid-70s Monday, 80s Tuesday, Wednesday, back to the 70s Thursday, but that cold front is going to drop those temperatures down to 62 Friday, 71 on Saturday, warming back up, and more rain Sunday and into midweek next week.
All right, there's a lot to watch.
A lot, yeah, definitely.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Protests continue on college campuses across the country over the war in Gaza. Demonstrators are calling for colleges and universities to divest from companies that do business with Israel. CBS's Christian Benavidez reports on the protests and arrests.
In Boston, police clearing an encampment at Northeastern University where dozens of protesters had been set up since Thursday. Officials say about 100 people were detained, while at Columbia University, the epicenter of the protests, an encampment remained up for an 11th day.
Columbia needs to divest from any corporation that is profiting off of genocide, apartheid, or displacement of Palestinians in Israel.
Pro-Israeli demonstrators, many non-students, made their voices heard outside the campus.
Nobody's talking about the hostages.
This Columbia grad student who took part in the rally argues those in the encampments are promoting anti-Semitism and ignoring the hostages still being held by Hamas.
If you actually want peace to be achieved as we do, and if you want a ceasefire, the hostages need to be released and they need to be at the forefront of this discussion.
The protests are only growing, with police arresting demonstrators at the University of Indiana on Saturday, and in the nation's capital, another encampment on the campus of George Washington University.
We are here with a set of demands, and we won't leave until they are met.
Pro-Palestinian demonstrations happening throughout the country at Loyola University in Louisiana, Stanford, and Arizona State. Protests in Los Angeles, at UCLA, and at USC, where the school canceled their main commencement ceremony over what they say are safety concerns. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
Coming up in sports, we hear the phone call that the New York Jets made when they drafted local talent Isaiah Davis. Plus, more football players from the 4 states get their shot to play professionally. Brock Baldridge has those stories and more.
On Saturday, the New York Jets drafted former Joplin Eagles running back Isaiah Davis out of South Dakota State University. Now, Davis becomes the 3rd athlete from a Joplin high school to be taken in the NFL. Davis spent his college career with South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits. He led all of Division I FCS in rushing yards this past season, and well, Isaiah's reaction when the New York Jets drafted him is a wholesome moment. Take a listen.
Fired up? Yeah, hell yeah. I hear you. Ready to keep the legacy going to them Jackrabbits in the league. Yeah, that's work, man. All right, man. Bring that championship culture to us. You hear me? Yes, sir. All right, dog.
Congratulations, man. You excited?
Yeah.
I know I can hear it in your voice, my man. Enjoy this. Enjoy this moment. It's a blessing. Can't wait to get you here. You're coming to a great situation.
What's up, young buck? What's up? Oh, congratulations, man. You excited? Yeah, I hear those tears of joy, man. Congratulations on all the hard work you put in. You've earned this, man. I'm looking forward to coaching and be here to give you whatever you need, help you be the best player you can be, help you be the best person you can be. Look forward to working with you. That's work.
Man, such a great moment. Well, still in the college ranks, former Pitt State defensive back Rico Payton III signs with the New Orleans Saints as an undrafted free agent. Payton spent 4 seasons with the Gorillas and had 4 interceptions this past year, and he now gets his shot with the NFL team. Well, we go from Isaiah Davis, and we know he got drafted by the Jets, and well, Rico Payton is headed to the New Orleans Saints, so there were more local guys heading out on NFL squads, and Pitt State tight end Devon Garrison receives an invite for the Green Bay Packers for their rookie minicamp, and former Labette County quarterback, look at this, Easton Dean, gets a rookie minicamp invite, and he will join the Tennessee Titans as a tight end for the time being. Well, the Pitt State softball team was crowned MIAA champs this past weekend, and the Gorillas celebrate their first conference title since 1994. On Saturday, the Gorillas swept Central Oklahoma in their doubleheader matchup. PSU finishes the regular season with a 49-5 overall record. Pitt State's 49th win sets a new program record for the most wins in a season. Head coach Jenny Fuller spoke about what this means for the future of Pitt State softball.
Yeah, I think that it can be a perennial powerhouse, and I think that's what our job was to do, was to get us to where we're at and stay there. They set the bar really high, and everybody just worked really hard. So I think it was just ultimately the culture is what got us here.
It's really special to come here and see how much Coach Fuller has just completely transformed this program. She brought in so many transfers. There's so much talent here. There was talent here before. It's just like, I think putting us all together has really just pushed us, and we're killing it.
In college baseball now, the Missouri Southern Lions playing their final regular season game. However, Central Missouri hits a 3-run walk-off home run to win this game 5-2. Lions will now prepare for the first round the MIAA tournament on Friday. And well, for Pitt State baseball, they played a doubleheader yesterday. They swept Fort Hays State. So now we know that Pitt State and Missouri Southern, they will host their first round of the MIAA tournament next week. And, we're just getting some seeding things figured out, so we'll know at least by tomorrow.
Yeah, and congratulations to Pitt State softball.
Yes.
Great job by them and Isaiah Davis.
Oh, yeah, such a cool moment.
Go
there.
Jets. I'm Jets fan. Everyone in the 4 states got to be Jets fan now. All right.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back. A cat thought to be lost is reunited with her family in Utah after accidentally getting shipped to California inside an Amazon box. Carrie Clark said her family's indoor cat, Galena, mysteriously disappeared April 10th. Friends and family helped them search for a week, and then they got a call. Amazon employee Brandy Hunter says she and her co-workers found a box with 5 different pairs of work boots and a set of paws. She took the cat to the vet and said the family dropped everything and flew out to meet her there. It's one crazy story for sure.
Definitely.
And we've had some crazy weather lately.
We have. Luckily, it's almost out of our area, at least for a couple of days. Most of the storms this evening have pushed off east of Springfield. We've got a break tomorrow and most of the day on Tuesday before more showers start to kick up and thunderstorm chances return later this week.
And how about those Jets?
Yeah, we mentioned this yesterday, but this is what we do in sports media. I mean, to cover guys like this through high school, guys like Jacob Leonard do put those hours in, to get some of that footage of Isaiah Davis. I mean, this is what we do, why we do these things, because when guys like this make it to a level like that, I mean, it warms our hearts too.
Absolutely. So. Well, that's all our time for tonight from all of us here at KOAM. Have a great night.